Hello, and welcome to the Gambler's Falcon, or the Falconer's Fallacy build. For this, we're using Gambler's Fallacy in conjunction with the Falconry. Go for the eyes, which gives the Falcon 75% of our crit chance. So as long as you have about 140-ish crit chance, the Falcon will always have 100% crit chance. Now this requires, obviously, you to never deal any damage on your own, so that you cannot use any skills other than Falcon skills and Ballista skills. Even net does about 5 to 6 damage, so that's a no-go. The build has been fairly good so far. It's pretty base roll. I mean, you just kind of run through, you press your travel skill as you go, you press your dive bomb, the dive bomb one-shots most things, everything really one-shots most things. You have
Might have to drop something.
okay. I was confused there for a second. You have obviously smoke, which you can use. You have ballistas, which I use to stack. They don't really do any damage, but they stack armor shred. That's the only thing you can use, so there's no other option than to use that. And then obviously
Not happening.
we scale crit avoidance, scales into crit multi for the bird. We scale just general minion damage. We scale cooldown recovery speed, obviously pretty huge for us, since it's just only the minion does damage. And then what other things do we scale? Yeah, we just scale poison, because the minion scales off of our highest kind of melee or whatever damage. Right now I just use a spear. This is the best I've gotten so far. And it scales off dex. So I got this. It gives pretty high melee minion damage and high melee damage. So since my minion scales off my highest damage, then it scales everything. So I figured as long as I get some chance to poison, then the bird has a 100% chance to poison, and 400% poison damage or something. And then it also has that for bleed, so I just scaled bleed and poison. It's not really doing all that much bleed and poison damage, but it adds up in the end. We also take the bleed stacks here, because we don't really get more than 30 bleed stacks, so this is quite valuable. The ballistas are only there for armor shred, so we just fuck everything. And then everything else is pretty normal. So you can see my trees here. I'm still working on the gear. I'm only level 86. This is 108, I think, corruption, so nothing really to write home about. But so far, this is really fun. It's kind of brain dead, because you just kind of run and you don't have to attack anything. So it's a really good farmer, at least. Yeah, I'm hyped to see kind of where it goes. And yeah, I haven't really seen anyone else play this. I've googled a bunch. I know that people are aware of the interaction, but it doesn't seem to be used or prevalent at all. I could only find a couple of Reddit posts with a few points. So yeah, you can only use these skills. Anything else will probably break the build. Net does 5 to 6 damage. You can't use that. Decoy does your own damage. You can't use Falcon, or you can't use Shadow Falcons or Shadows in any way, because they also break your build. You can't use Caltrops or anything. So I feel that the passive tree is kind of set, but you could use shift instead of or instead of ballistas. But dive bomb kind of forwards your cooldown of aerial assault, being a travel skill, so you kind of do want that. All in all, good build. Can recommend. I'd be happy to hear what people think of it.